Whenever you feel sad, use it as an opportunity to become more free. And it's ridiculous to me personally. Maybe after I'll share my thoughts, you'll agree with me. Let's see. Um, that the society says that whenever you feel sad, you gotta fix it or just go through it and maybe cheer yourself up somehow, and then life goes on, and then you finally get back to a normal state, a good cheerful state, and finally everything's okay again. um, well, that's the way to look at it. That's the way I lived for a long, long time, and we can help ourselves in many ways to get ourselves out of the state, and that was definitely a priority of mine for most of my life. Whenever negative emotions used to come up, I don't know, try to bring in the positive vibration, understand that it's not my energy, that I must have picked it up from something, or um, use the law of attraction. Oh my god, I must manifest something crazy if I remain in this state, so I better drag myself out of it as soon as possible. I, I very much get it. Um, but I want to offer you a better way, a way to actually set yourself free. So, the way I see things, maybe partially you do as well. Um, we are infinite beings of light, eternal. We decided to have human experience just for fun. And so we came into this world, which, well, more accurately, we created this world and we created everyone in it. We created everything in it. And when we were in the belly of our mom, we started to learn about how this world works and how we should create it. And the more we grow up, the more we learn um, things, the more we come up with conclusions after certain experiences, and especially if our parents teach us things like, well, those are cliches, but let me give you as an example. I don't know, rich people are bad, or men cheat, or I don't know, you're ugly, or our family is not worth real wealth and never will be. Well, things like that. There are millions of different things we picked up. And we grow up, situations happen. Of course, nobody can actually make you believe anything unless you are susceptible to it, unless you decide to succumb to it, to accept it as your own belief. So you see something happen, so you see somebody told you you're ugly, you're, I don't know, you're, somebody wasn't friends with you for some reason, somebody betrayed you, and you decided, okay, I'm the one who gets betrayed all the time. Okay, I'm the one who's not lucky. I'm the one who, well, whatever, basically. And later, we're grown and we feel sad out of a fucking sudden, for the reason that those things that hurt a lot for a long, long period of time come up because they get triggered by the external circumstance, which reminds this frozen part of us, which a part of us stays in this moment. We come up with the conclusions of some bullshit, which doesn't serve us most of the time. I mean, when it comes to pain, so something painful usually means, okay, that's the emotions that got freezed inside of us, and that's from that moment onward something we're gonna bring into our reality just to confirm it to ourselves, because um because that's what we believe in. We are the creator. Yo, like, if you're the creator, what would you create? Something you believe in. And if you bought it, if you believed at some point that, I don't know, any of this shit, you will bring it into your human experience. And then you just start attracting it, but actually creating it. Whenever we feel sad or angry, or those situations when you lose control over yourself for whatever reason, we think oftentimes we need just better solution. We need to get a better, well, just control over ourselves. But what actually happens is we are completely unaware. We a real part of ourselves, which is the infinite creator, is not present. And instead of this part of us, that is actually the operational system that actually is aware of what it's creating and why. In charge is our wounded part of ourselves, which aches because of the certain experience in the past, which is frozen and gets activated every time anything like this that occurs and triggers it, which is inevitable because that's why you create it, just for stuff to reassure you that what you believe is true. But the thing is, oh, by the way, I'm curious if you are 100% sure that everything you believe is true. But okay, let's talk about these people. Have you been ever wondering? I don't know. Have you been ever seeing that some people get it all and others don't? Or the unfair things like good people get punished and bad people get on top of that, and I don't know. Whatever, basically. For some people, karma seems to work really well. For others, it doesn't. The thing is, it's because some people believe something and therefore they get it into their experience and others don't. So, let me move a little bit further. So, if you wish to stop having things in your reality which you don't prefer, which basically theoretically is called manifestation, you need to work on the traumas and the things that separate you from it, that you believe in, and make you create things you don't prefer. And to do that, you need to listen real carefully whenever you feel sad, whenever you feel anger, whenever you feel... Well, there are three basic emotions. It's sadness, anger, and fear. And others like shame or whatever, they're just combinations of those. Anyways, whenever you feel any negative emotion, which of course we don't want to use the word negative, but it's something we tend to call it, or it's just something we don't prefer. Okay, let's say like that. Listen to it Listen to it and feel it. And if you do it good enough, if you do it deeply enough, you need to breathe really deeply. You need to find the point in your body where it aches and listen to it. You gotta feel into it and breathe into this point in your body, because whenever you breathe, you become kind of, well, the idea is that you become more present. Of course, if you do it correctly, but if the intention is to feel the emotion and to breathe into it, inevitably you will get there. You transform it a little bit. You dissolve the fear or the whatever emotion there is that wasn't felt for a very, very long time, and you've been just escaping it or trying to escape it ever since. So anytime this emotion gets triggered, it comes on surface, and you get scared of this emotion, because when you were in this certain age, I don't know, for example, 3 years old, and you came up with that scary conclusion. By the way, you come up with the conclusion since you are in the womb, just saying. So the deepest ones usually go that far backwards. So just also for you to understand how far you sometimes can be looking for. Yeah, you get scared of it because when you were in that age, you came up with a fact that you die if you feel it, pretty much, or something like it. It's like it threatens your entire existence if you feel it completely, because it's super scary and super big, and you're in danger once you feel it. And that's why you stop being present whenever it gets triggered, and the wounded part of you kind of, becomes a driver and gets the steering wheel, and well, you start behaving in the way that you don't prefer. So you can just slow down whenever it occurs, whenever it comes up, feel it, and go deeply into it and breathe at the same time. Believe me, everything's gonna be fine. If you're afraid of the of the panic attack, of anxiety attack, whatever, it's just because you haven't been addressing the shit for too long. But if you do, if you take control, breathe, and actually breathing, that's something that helps you take control over stuff, over yourself, the steering wheel. You're gonna dissolve it. You're gonna actually dissolve it, like the roots of it. Not in the moment, to take the, I don't know, to watch some series to distract yourself. No, you're gonna actually work on the root. And after you've dissolved that, just a little bit of it, 1 sec, you're gonna become actually able to go into the deeper level of your consciousness, where you can start working with the belief itself, the conclusion which you came up with when you were in that age. Because the emotions are too big to allow you to do that right away. If you feel huge emotions, which you do, most likely, without transmuting them first, or breathing into them, you can't change the belief, most likely. Or at least not entirely. So to make it easier for yourself, you just want to breathe into this painful emotion. And after a little while, after you breathe into it, it stops being that painful. That's when you start saying what is it you believe about yourself, about the others, that makes you feel like that and makes you relive that experience. But for that, okay, to begin with, you basically need to admit that you create your reality, and that experience, and maybe that's repeated experiences, that's something you've created for yourself for some reason, and you would like to change it from this moment onward. And well, then you ask yourself if what you believe is 100% true, if you're sure 100% that it's true from, and yeah, it's gonna most likely feel like yes it is, but from the moment you are in now, you as like conscious being, um, you as the person who has all that knowledge and everything, that you, not this wounded you, that you, is that you sure 100% that that's true, and that person needs to answer at that moment. And it's very funny because whenever you do, for example, you answer no, I'm not entirely 100%, 100,000% sure, something changes, and that wounded part of you, that is a part of the operational system because it was adopted as such, because it came up with a conclusion that was accepted as the truth of life, starts to be like, oh, oh, I'm not 100% sure. It listens as well. That's the interesting part. One sec. And yeah, that's how you use the moments of feeling bad to help yourself and to start feeling better in life in general, not only in that moment, because well, it's probably enough to watch a series to start feeling better. A lot of things actually work, but we can even change the frequency and manifest better reality. We can even change the personality, the entire reality. I've been doing that actually twice. I've changed so much overnight that my entire bone structure, as well as my character and everything I thought and felt, changed. But then I changed back because I didn't entirely work on the things that separated me from that reality. So um, they say it's about the substances that you take and that kind of open the entire reality in front of you, the different creation of world, whatever. That, you know, like it's not the point is not to be under those substances all the time. The point is to use it as a window because you're able to get there um, yourself, basically. And just use it as kind of a compass to show you where you're going and knowing that it's possible for you. So that's the same, I'd say, because yeah, you can change, but you can as well change back. But if you work on the stuff that's actually separating you from it, from this reality, from this personality, from this whatever, well, slowly but surely, oh, by the way, not necessarily slowly, you can do 5 of those beliefs, you can destroy 5 of those beliefs in one evening, and you can do the marathon as I do. By the way, that's a lot of fun. I don't know, like a week in a row, every evening you do a bunch of those, you get rid of a bunch of those, and you will see that not only does your reality change entirely, and personality and experience and everything else, but also you don't come back because there's just nothing to come back to, because you've just taken out the layer and here you are, more pure and authentic, fearless, and alive in a way version of yourself. That's inner, I don't know, not inner, maybe more like galactic kid that just, you know, wants to live and doesn't have this that he believes in, that for some reason he doesn't, um, he just can't get whatever he wants to get. Yeah, totally recommend.